I'm Jason Mims, and I play the character Julian Sinclair. He's this charming, debonair, suave, smooth, southern gentleman. Oh no, I'm still talking about the character, not myself. Um, so he's this guy. I guess you could say he's the antagonist, one of the antagonists of Children of Night. He is more than meets the eye. I'll just put it like that. I don't want to give away too much, but he invites someone over to house sit, and let's just say they're in for more than what they bargained for, signing up for this new endeavor. This is going to be a suspense thriller, so that's a little bit more backstory, a little bit more meat to this character, so you can actually get a little bit more where you can start to think down the line of what that might mean. He can come off as a nice guy, but he really might not be a nice guy. My character, Julian, they have this plan, him and his wife, they have this plan to continue their legacy. It's a long blood legacy. And as you get to see more, they're trying to preserve the family. I feel like this is something that they've done before, and it's just now become a modern plan, something that they may have done at a different point in time in history, and so now they're doing it again in current times with this plan to continue to keep their legacy going. As we learn, once he affects her life, it continues on in another direction, which may or may not be in my favor. So that's one of those things, as you start to see how this character spins this web of all of these things that entangle the rest of the characters. You start to see how it furthers the protagonist's journey, and it's a very wild and bloody web of things to come about. So what does my character want? My character wants to live. My character wants to continue to survive and to push his legacy forward. This is a little bit more in depth than just, regular survival. It's got a very multi-layered plan that it's very alluring, and once you're caught up in the allure of what is being presented, I think even you might fall for it too, because like the young lady who begins the journey and takes us through the end, she's pretty much very naive to what may be suspected. But I think you can also get a general discernment that this guy is pretty weird. But at the end, makes sense why he's so weird. The damn guy's he's a psychopath. No, he's not a psychopath, but I guess you could say that, but he's not. He's a little bit more than that. He's a mastermind. Yeah, mastermind of deception. That's right. What was my previous work with Supastar? So, previous work. You may have seen Jonathan's Man Down film that just came out that has the story of two African-American cops, one of biracial ethnicity or biracial background, and another just an average black man, so to say. And this was a film about social injustice. So we kind of, he touched on the police brutality that's going on and the shootings of unarmed black men. And I played one of the cops. I was the cop caught up in the story where my partner ends up shooting and killing a young unarmed black teen. And you go through the story of how it affects me, and really just the lens and viewpoint of what it might be like for some of the police and the community looking at good police affected by some of the things that are going on. So yeah, and you get a chance to juxtapose some of your feelings of what you feel as a person who may or may not agree with the way some of these shootings have gone down, and you get a chance to see that from the police standpoint and your regular civilian standpoint. So that was the last film I worked on. It was really good. It's been going through a lot of festivals right now. It's been doing its thing, and I'm highly encouraged by the traction it's gotten this past year throughout the pandemic. It's been in several different festivals, as I said, and it's continuing. And I hope that this will be the next one to continue on the path of what he started. So shout out to you, Jonathan Rowan, for grabbing me and putting me on the team. I've loved being a part of all the projects you've done so far. I've only been in one, but this is the second. So let's keep it going. Why this film is important to me, I have to say, it's a couple of reasons. Because black filmmaking is something that's underrated and overlooked in so many different ways, and black filmmakers are getting the chance to really be seen within this last year and a few years in particular on the grand and larger scale, because we're not a monolith of filmmaking or films or voices. We're multi-layered, multifaceted. We have so many different things to offer within the spectrum of filmmaking and entertainment. And I think that this film is important because it allows young black filmmakers and young filmmakers of color, anybody from any different race, it allows us to continue our, to have our voices be heard. And it just deepens what we know and see within that arena of filmmaking, because it's so diverse, even within this one genre. And I think this is important because he's just further widening the creativity for other filmmakers to come. And I definitely support that, and I'm happy to be a part of those type of projects, because they allow not only myself to stay on my toes and to reimagine and re-envision what some of the things are as far as the industry standards, but to help also strengthen and put those things together. So this is why it's important, and I think we should all support it and continue to look for things like these on the indie level, in the indie circuit, because there are a lot of talented young filmmakers coming out, black filmmakers, filmmakers of color, who have something to offer and who are doing a damn good job at doing it. So hey, guys, if you all don't know about Children of Night, it's a new film that's coming out. It's a thriller. It's got a lot of blood and gory stuff going on, but it's also got some really good storytelling happening as well. It's scary, it's fun, it's sexy, and it's got black and diverse characters across the spectrum who are represented in the suspense thriller genre. And I think that's cool. So if you can, go ahead and support this film by donating. This is an Indiegogo campaign. You could go ahead and click and donate on any of the options that are there below. Make sure you tweet this, post this on Instagram, put this on Facebook, share it to a friend. Tell everybody about it as much as you can. Indie filmmaking doesn't happen on its own. It requires support. It requires people like yourselves who enable filmmakers like this to get a chance. It's very difficult in Hollywood to make something happen on your own, and it's a very daring endeavor to take on at any level. So we ask that you just support this film with your monetary support and your word of mouth, because it goes a long way. Any and everything always counts. So support, drop some money on the link, click the link, share the link, go tell them on the mountain. Do what you need to do, okay? That's what I'm saying. So I'm Jason. Appreciate it. Thanks.